The Oklahoma Sooners have a new starting right tackle for their Saturday game against the Ole Miss Rebels.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to Locked On Sooners, and thank you for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there tuning in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Mazda. Like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, pulling off the unexpected is only the beginning. Stay tuned later for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward, Mazda Move and Be Moved. I'm John Williams of Sooners Wire and USA Today Sports, and it's game day. Happy game day, Sooner Nation. Got a few final thoughts for you on Oklahoma versus Ole Miss, but wanted to start with the news that Ryan Fodje is set to make his first career start at right tackle for the Oklahoma Sooners, really his first career start for Oklahoma. This means Oklahoma is going to have true freshmen starting at both offensive tackle positions. You have Michael Fasusi at left tackle. You'll have Ryan Fodje at right tackle. And I know that that's going to give some Sooner fans some trepidation. Let me preach some hopium to you on a game day, early Saturday morning, rain flowing. It's a good day. Ryan Fodje, I think, was always kind of better suited for tackle. That's where he made himself known as a prospect in high school because of his size, his physicality, his athleticism, his ability to move in space. I'm excited about this because, yes, he played some guard. Maybe he wasn't as good at guard as anybody would have liked. Has some room to improve. He's a true freshman. He's going to make mistakes. But I'm excited to see what this looks like with Ryan Fodje and Fabetche Wiwu on that right side of the offensive line. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of size. That's a lot of strength that's going to be on that side as Oklahoma continues to establish their run game and tries to move the ball forward 3 yards in a cloud of dust with Torrey Blaylock, Xavier Robinson, and John Mateer. Man, I'm excited to see what it looks like, man. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be some up and down play when there's, pass situations. Let's see how he does in pass protection. But they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't make this move if they didn't feel like he was the best option at right tackle. He's sliding from right guard to right tackle. It's not as difficult a transition as it would be for like a Logan Howland moving from left tackle to right tackle with footwork, with technique and things like that. Luke Buklenko, who's kind of been your swing tackle, I'm sure will be in reserve and will be rotated in as well to give Fodje some breathers because it'll be his first start. Now, this is all according to Parker Thune of OU Insider and On3 Sports. He is the one that reported this on Friday night. Should have led the show off with that. My bad, Parker, friend of the show. He's citing multiple sources saying that Ryan Fodje will get the start at right tackle, which means your offensive line will be Michael Fasusi at left tackle, Heath Ozida at left guard, Jake Michael at center, Fabetche Wiwu at right guard, and Fodje at right tackle. We were very high on him even before he committed to Oklahoma when he, as he got offered and it seemed like Oklahoma was trending in the right direction. He was just a 3-star prospect when he committed to the Sooners, but as people caught wind of Fodje and they saw his tape and they saw his ability, he moved up to 4-star status and ended up as a top 10 offensive tackle in the 2025 recruiting class. He was highly thought of. And in some circles, some people thought he was better than Michael Fasusi coming into college. Remember, he did not have any offers when he camped with Oklahoma in the summer of 2024, got that first offer, or I guess it was the summer of 2023. Yeah, because then his final year would have been, he committed in February of 2024. So summer of 2023, camps with Oklahoma. And then in August, gets that offer from Bill Bedenbaugh. Was the first offer that Ryan Fodje had received. And then he commits to Oklahoma in February of 2024 and shut it down. Even though his recruiting profile just took off, there was never any wavering. There was never any doubt that he was committed to Oklahoma. Nobody ever questioned it. It was never a thing. So this is a guy that, hey, Oklahoma's been all in on from the beginning. And Ryan Fodje's been all in on Oklahoma from the beginning. And now you get to see what your future and you're present, looks like at offensive line with these two highly rated offensive tackles. This is the thing that we'd been clamoring for the previous few years, right? In Oklahoma recruiting. And we got to see a glimmer of this back in 2023 when Caden Green started at left guard and took over the left guard position. And we've gotten to see a bit of it this year with Michael Fasusi at left tackle. Again, up and down, not perfect, but a lot of good. And you see the upside, you see the talent, you see the potential. And now you get to see both of those guys at the same time. The good news for Ryan Fodje, he's getting to play with a veteran like Fabetche Wiwu at right guard that's going to help him with the checks, help him with the calls, help him with protections. They're going to probably have really good communication. And when they have to pass stunts off, it should look pretty good. Again, it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be some mistakes. John Mateer is going to have to clean up some of those things that maybe Fodje, Fasusi don't do as well. But I think this is a great way to kind of introduce Fodje into the starting lineup, because we don't know what Derek Simmons' situation is going to be long term. Another concussion is presumably what's keeping him out of this game against Ole Miss, and that's the thing that he's been dealing with. And who knows if he's going to be back in the starting lineup at any point this year. So if Fodje gives them their highest upside at right tackle, put him in there. Let the dude kind of have some sink or swim moments. Let him learn on the fly. Let him get better with game action, because he did when he, got a lot of snaps in high school. That's why the tape started looking so good, because he got better as time went on. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. And again, it's going to be a rainy day. Oklahoma's going to look to get downhill running the football. I think they were going to look to get downhill running the football regardless, because Ole Miss ranks number 99 in the nation in run defense. We've been talking about it all week. We talked about it with our guy, Stephen Willis of Locked On Ole Miss. He thinks they'll commit a little bit more to the run game. They'll put some more guys in the box. They won't be as concerned about the downfield passing, but we'll see, man, because I think, again, if it's a rainy day and Oklahoma looks to pound away with the run game, Ole Miss will have to commit some guys, and that might create some opportunities down the field for Isaiah Satania, Deion Burks, and Giovanni Gibson to go make some plays in the passing game. We'll see how much Ben Arbuckle looks to throw it, but love the idea. I think Torrey Blaylock and Xavier Robinson are going to have a field day running over the right side. Power football, man. It's time. Let's play some power football. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, play some defense, keep Ole Miss's offense off the field, and go win a game. Got some final thoughts coming up for you next here on Locked On Sooners. This episode is brought to you by Mazda's moving the game forward for those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. There are moments that do more than put points on the board. They move crowds, move culture, and keep moving the game forward. This week's moment that moved the game forward was Torrey Blaylock's 18-yard run on the second play of the game. Oklahoma gets a holding call on the first play of the game, goes back 10 yards, 1st and 20. Torrey Blaylock rips off 18 yards to put Oklahoma, I guess it was on 2nd and 20, and puts Oklahoma in a favorable 3rd down, and they're able to pick it up and keep moving the ball and go on and score on their first drive of the game against the South Carolina Gamecocks. If that drive doesn't end in a score, who knows how that game looks for the rest of the game. But Oklahoma grabbed momentum early and kept it. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. And today's episode is also brought to you by DoorDash. It's time to look back and crown this week's MVP on Who Delivered, powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving more every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most. Let's break it down. For Oklahoma, it was Taylor Wine. He delivered in a big way. He had a big stop on Lenora Sellers early in the game on South Carolina's first drive. It's 4th and goal from like the 6, and Lenoris drops back to pass. He starts to get pressured. The pocket collapses. He escapes. Looks like he's headed towards the end zone and a game-tying touchdown. And Taylor Wine comes out of nowhere, chasing him down from behind, makes the tackle short of the goal line, and Oklahoma gets the ball on the turnover on downs. He came through in a big way. There was no hesitation, no delay. And you've been watching week after week. This performance wasn't a fluke. Taylor Wine is on a streak. And just like Wine delivered for Oklahoma, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays with DoorDash Streaks. You save every Saturday you order, stack it up all season, and you could save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through 11/18. Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And hey, it's a game day and it's the best day. Saturdays during the fall are so much fun. And I hope everybody has a great time out there getting ready for Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Listen, go be loud. Don't let the weather slow you down. It's Oklahoma. We got weather, right? We're the weather people. We're not going to be fazed by this one bit. Go make it loud, make it difficult for Lane Kiffin, Trinidad Chambliss, and that Ole Miss offense to communicate, and really how Oklahoma responds to the bevy of weapons that Ole Miss deploys. I think that's going to be a key in this one. The other part of it is, can they slow down Kewan Lacey? Because again, it's going to be a running game. Kewan Lacey's been really, really good. Ole Miss runs the ball really, really well, but Oklahoma's run defense is one of the best in the nation. They have been phenomenal this season, stopping the run. Every single week, it seems like they're, holding teams under 2-3 yards a carry, and they do it at will. The only team that really got away from them was Texas. And that was just one of those games where, listen, they didn't have their best game. They didn't slow down the run well enough. Right now, they're third in the nation in run defense, allowing just 80.4 rushing yards per game at 2.5 yards per carry. So this is another game where that run defense has to be on point. And some of that also includes slowing down Trinidad Chambliss. They've been pretty good at stopping the quarterback run game. Arch Manning got away a couple times, but again, he's a big, strong quarterback. Lenora Sellers got away a couple times, a big, strong quarterback. Can they contain Trinidad, keep him from getting outside the pocket, using the speed and quickness that he has to get away from the defenders? If they can keep him in the pocket and they can keep collapsing and putting that pressure on him and not allow him to escape, maybe use a speed spy on him like a Kip Lewis or a Reggie Powers III or Kendall Daniels, and not let him get away, then I think you're going to have a great chance to slow down this Ole Miss offense, because he's a dynamic player. He's a dynamic quarterback that can make a lot of plays for them on the run with his arm, with his legs, and you don't want any of those broken plays to turn into big, big plays. So staying keyed in, locked in on your assignments, locked in on execution, and honestly, just keeping everything in front of you. If Oklahoma goes into this one saying, hey, we're going to play, 7 in the box, we're going to try and stop the run, and we're going to commit 4 to coverage to not allow any big plays, I think that's a good way forward. And again, they've got the dudes that can do that. It's just a matter of, how does Ole Miss look to play this game? Are they going to try and grind it out like Oklahoma is? Or are they going to try and open it up in the weather? We'll see. But I like Oklahoma's defense against Ole Miss's offense, because again, it's a fast, physical defense that puts pressure on the quarterback and creates splash plays in the backfield. If they can keep Ole Miss behind the chains, I like, again, Oklahoma's in a good spot. Ole Miss's third down conversion rate on offense isn't great. They do, create a lot of first downs. Let me find that real quick. As we're talking about it, they average 25.14 first downs per game. That's 5th in the SEC, and in third down conversions, they're 4th in the SEC, 51.69. Sorry, I was thinking about their third down defense. They're on defense, they allow 20.86 third downs per game, which is 14th in the SEC. But their third down defense is kind of middle of the pack, 35.56. So, Oklahoma's going to have a chance to move the ball. Oklahoma's defense ranks 2nd in the SEC at 24.75% third down conversion rate. If Oklahoma can keep that going, again, keep Ole Miss in some longer down and distances, not let them get in 3rd and 5 or less, then it's going to be a great day for Oklahoma. But again, got to create splash plays and then not give up big plays on third down. That's really what it comes down to for Oklahoma. No big plays, get into the backfield, sacks, tackles for loss, play your game. Don't give up the big play, just play your game. Offensively, just keep moving the ball forward. Get yourself into, 3rd and shorts, and I think you're going to have the offensive line to be able to convert more often than not. Don't get behind the chains. Don't put yourself in 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, And really, we need to see a John Mateer, like, I'm him game. We've kind of seen a more reserved John Mateer, not necessarily the confident, uh, I don't want to say arrogant, but just the swaggy John Mateer over the last couple of weeks against Texas and against South Carolina. We've seen the more like game manager approach. And listen, that's fine. He's been fine. The Texas game was not his best outing, obviously, with the 3 interceptions and nearly a 4th turnover. And the South Carolina win was doing just enough to get the win. But can he find that level of confidence, that level of swagger that helped him be so good against Michigan and so good against Auburn? That's the guy that Oklahoma needs, especially running the football. They need him to be that dude that's like, I'm getting every single yard. I'm fighting for every inch. I'm leading from the front. And yes, we're going to run the football a lot today. I may not throw it 20 times. I may not throw it 25 times, but I'm going to impact this game with my toughness, my attitude, my physicality, my aggression, my energy, my swag. We're going to lead and we're going to go get a big win over a top 10 opponent. Huge opportunity for the Oklahoma Sooners. Again, they're going to need to make a lot of plays offensively. If they get out in front of Ole Miss and they can create a 7-10 point lead, especially in the second half, dude, that's when Oklahoma's defense likes to tee off. So it's on the offense to set this game up, to put the defense in the position to be where they want to be in the 3rd and 4th quarter, which is just rushing the passer at will. Special teams has to have a bounce back week this week. Grayson Miller, you got to be on point, man. No shanks. Can't afford him in this game. Got to play smart, play field position, and just put the ball down there, man. Tate Sandell, like, if you got field goals, dude, make sure that you have good cleats, no slips, strong footing, go kick, and be accurate, man. Just do what you do. Isaiah Satania, the ball, just get downhill, man. Not a lot of back and forth. Don't try to do too much. Just get downhill, use a little bit of wiggle, get Ole Miss out under their cleats. I don't know how accustomed they're going to be to playing in weather. If you're from Oklahoma, you play in the weather sometimes. You play with some slick fields, some slick surfaces. But, man, it's going to be a fun game, and I hope everybody has a great time. Stay warm. Get your hot chocolate out. Get your coffee going. It's going to be a great one. And again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. We'll be here after the game, Jay and I both, to break down what happened in Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Hopefully a big win. Both Jay and I are picking the Sooners. Jay picking them in a blowout. I got it a little bit closer just because I have a lot of respect for Ole Miss's offense. But I think it's going to, and from what I've seen, a lot of people picking Oklahoma. Does that mean Oklahoma wins? Absolutely not. They got to go and play their football game and play for every inch out there, just like they've done in some big wins earlier this season. But again, toughest game of the season so far. Oklahoma has to respond to it. Big challenge ahead, and I think they do. And again, that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, for more college football and Oklahoma Sooners coverage. You can follow me at John 9 Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms. But until next time, I'm John Williams for my guy Jay Smith. We'll see you after the game with our live show, Boomer Sooner.